Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second episode reaction of the Monogatari series, that being Bakemonogatari Episode 2. I'm really excited to get into the second episode here. I've been blown away with the support in the last 48 hours. I think it's got about 75 views at the moment. It's really good for the 48-hour period that the video's been up. I've got a number of comments to go through. Got a very good ratio of people watching the video to commenting, which is what I want. I want to raise discussion. I want this to be as much about my experience as yours. So let's get into it. Yeah, I'm going to get up the YouTube video and go through a couple comments on the video and just, respond to them, and because they bring up some good points. So the first one we have is here from SL Hurst, Slurst, don't know how to say it. He says, wow, a Monogatari reactor. It's been a while. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy. I hope I enjoy as well. Thank you very much for watching. Yeah, not really much to say to that one, but thanks for watching. I hope you keep it up, because I certainly am, because I'm interested in the show. The next one I have is Menchitrex, I want to say. Menchitrex? Yeah, let's go with that. I'm glad to see new people watching this show. To be honest, I didn't watch this reaction yet, as there's 40 minutes of discussion. I really like this type of reaction with the talking and the analysis. That's what I'm aiming for. I'm happy you like that. I don't really enjoy the reaction videos where they just kind of watch the episode in stunned silence. That's another thing I'm going to do. I noticed when editing the last one, I didn't really talk much during the episode. That might not really be the show where you would talk a lot during it, but I want to be a person that talks more than just watches. I like the quality of the picture and the sound. It'd be great to have a timer on screen. Picture-in-picture version is good, but I prefer the timer. I haven't had much demand for the picture-in-pictures, so until there's demand, I'm not going to provide it. Just in case, I'll say that it's worth to watch the BD version of this show. I'll look into which version I have. I'm actually unsure. I'm imagining that's the Blu-ray version. Good luck. I'll check it out tomorrow. Sorry if my English sucks. I'm really got tired today. Good luck again. That's honestly better English than me. Like, can't really argue there. The next one's from Eben. Regarding the watch order, the Kizumonogatari trilogy is the next one in line. I think that's the 3 movies. And in the file set I got, it's the next one down. So I'm pretty sure they wanted me to watch that one next as well. It was meant to come out after Bakemonogatari, but got delayed for 7 years, so really the release of the novel order, the release order and the novel order are the same on that regard. There is a 10-year-old trailer of Kizu on YouTube. I'd be interested in seeing that after we finish the Kizumonogatari trilogy. The anime subs are good for Bake, but stick to Call Girls after that. I'll keep that in mind. So regarding the watch order, I'm definitely doing Kizu next, because that seems like the consensus between everybody, and it seems like the next one in the actual story order. That's a similar comment here from Benjamin Aguilar, I want to say. For watch order, I would say do Kizu after Bake, then just follow anime release order. We'll do Benjamin. That seems like the consensus, and yeah. Then I've got a comment, the last comment here from Enes Nagina. Please show footage and subtitles at all times. I didn't get any copyright claims on the latest video, which was really surprising to me. I guess it's because I didn't use any audio of the episode, which is probably what they're looking for, in all honesty. So yeah, I've seen other reaction videos where they keep like the bottom, I don't know, fourth of the screen on screen the whole time. I think that's what I'm going to aim to do. Just makes it easy to sync things up. But either way, I will add a timer to the reactions as well. It just makes it easier to follow, and honestly, I was just being lazy not adding it the first time. So, anyway. Hey, this is editing me. So I recorded this Thursday, and now it's Saturday, and the video's done even better since then. What is it now? 130 views and 11 likes. Thank you so much for the support. This is actually blowing me away by how good this video is doing. There was a couple more comments too that I wanted to go through. Let me see if I can just get them up. So Cyber Rayon, I think that's how you pronounce that, gave me a follow-up to basically the same as what others have said, that it's Bakemonogatari into Kizumonogatari and then follow the anime release order or the novel order. Both are fine. Gives me a piece of advice, just go with the flow. That's all I'm going to do. I love that from you. Thank you very much. Menchatrix follows up with a long and wonderful post that I've read a number of times now. It mentions Tearbu. I'm a big Tearbu fan. Maybe you can see that in the reaction, I don't know. And yeah, it says maybe the text isn't as necessary to read, but I like to get the full experience, so I'm going to keep reading the text. And this comment here was from Madooke, I want to say. Just watching release order. Commie subs are nice too. So that's the one that I've seen that says release order's fine. Please keep part of the screen in. Some of my stuff isn't 100% the same and need resync from time to time. I've kept a little portion down the bottom this whole reaction, so should be good for you. Cheers for the comment, thanks. And South says, amazing analysis, looking forward to more videos. Here's another one. Thanks for all the comments, and now back to old me. Oh yeah, one more thing just while I'm around. So I'm still tossing up in the air whether I should do 2 shows at once or just keep rolling this out twice a week. My aim is to aim for 2 videos a week. So yeah, my time schedule at the moment kind of allows for 2 episodes a week in the level of analysis and detail that I want to do once they've been edited and all that. And I was wondering if I should keep going 2 Monogatari episodes a week or throw in another show. It's completely up to you guys. Comment below if you want to see more Monogatari or you would rather see another show. I know that this is a Monogatari reaction, so maybe it's going to skew more towards more Monogatari, but we'll see. But thank you all for commenting. I've got, how many subscribers do I have? 4 subscribers off 1 video, so you can't really argue about that. I'm very happy that people are in for the long haul, because as long as somebody's watching, I'm going to be making it. And it helps when the show's this good, honestly. But let's get into the next episode. So first I've got a bit of a recap of the last episode. So at the start of the first episode, there's this opening sequence. I'm guessing it depicts Araragi becoming a vampire, or him first turning. That's what the text on screen implies. And there was no shortage of text on screen. There was about 1 billion pieces of it, actually. I counted. There's some of which of this text gives background to Senjougahara a little bit. I'm guessing these are just passages from the light novel. That would make sense to me. Araragi catches Senjougahara from the stairs, and then the razor blade shenanigans ensue, where she has a stapler in one cheek and a razor blade on the other. It's a striking start to a show, I'll say that. Yeah, there's also the scene with Hanakawa and Araragi in the starting section. I think Senjougahara slips on a banana, which is very funny. Maybe we'll get background to the banana this episode, I don't know. Araragi then follows Senjougahara, proving he has lingering immortality from being a vampire, but he has recently become not a vampire anymore. It's interesting. We'll see how it goes. Not where I expected the show to go. They go to see Oshino Meme, and he is keeping the ruined vampire Oshino Shinobu there, and she helped a lot during Golden Week. It is unclear what this means at this point, but I'll keep it in mind. Senjougahara asks help from Meme because Araragi got his vampirism cured by Meme, so Araragi trusts Meme. Meme implies that the crab doesn't steal weight without purpose. Oh yeah, there's also weight crabs. I'm guessing you saw the first episode, but anyway. And I think that Meme implies that Senjougahara made a wish to the crab, and that's why it stole her weight, and that she's not being entirely honest with everybody involved, but again, it's unclear at this point. And this is something I just thought of as well, like, she's got staplers, those like crab claws. I guess that's I made the inference about the other character and the snail, so potentially there's something there. But I digress. I've got some predictions for this episode as well. I think Araragi's 2 sisters may make an appearance. Just, let's keep introducing the characters that are actually in the show and that kind of thing. I think we'll get some more background on Senjougahara and the implied wish that she made to the crab. I think Hanakawa will get some more screen time, and maybe she'll provide some context to what she knows about Senjougahara or Araragi's past, or Hanakawa and Araragi's relationship. Because it doesn't really seem like the two should be mingling, considering she's the real class president type, and he seems a little bit not that way inclined, let's say. But anyway, we're going to get into it. Some more show stuff. If you like what you see, please consider subscribing. Like the video if you like it, and keep the comments coming. I'm going to keep going through them at the start of these episodes, provided that they're not just full of spoilers. And I'll try to avoid those ones if I can, but anyway. Alright, this is now the reaction portion of the video. I've got the video up, it's at 0 seconds. What's the time code on this bad boy? 25 minutes and 38 seconds. I'll insert a timer in editing as well. I should do, if I remember. And where's my bottom third? There it is. Excellent. Alright. And I'm going to start the episode in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Tamikurasura. Okay, someone showering. Is this Araragi's home? Wait, this is Senjougahara's? What? Why the ass slap? Okay, so they divorced because of a weird cult, and now she lives there? Also belly button? Not where I expected us to start, but that's okay. Before I'm even more wrong. Okay. The staples of the words that bound you. That you pierced just as when it was this heart of mine. That's some translation. I guess it was your fault. Don't come near me. Don't look to that place. Don't talk with that smiling face. Whatever with whomever. This is a really catchy opening. I think it's going to be hard to understand the context of the lyrics of this song until I'm, actually finish the show. And here's giant Senjougahara, she's back, rampaging the city. Still, there's like no people around, And this is almost like a very realistic shot of, I'm guessing, Tokyo, or something to that effect. Interesting. Yeah, just no one's around. Only you can save yourself. Arashino always said that, okay, I'm not going to even try. Looks like I'm going to be going through all this. Silent voice, I can see that. Alright. Jesus Christ. Okay, we're back. Oh, Arashino. Okay. Please go home first. Interesting. Why does it need to be a cold shower? Yeah. I agree. Okay. Huh. Okay, so Hanakawa is definitely involved in that. Don't tell somebody that. That's bad bargaining. Interesting. Yeah, can she afford it? Is she wearing clothes? She can't get to them. You gotta move, brother. That's what poor people do. Guess I'm poor. Do the shot. All these black scenes. Yep, okay, we're doing that. Just teasing the fuck out of him. I mean, I agree. I think she's trolling. Don't do it, bro. Told you. This is good banter. For the rest of my life. What was that text? You're a virgin, bro. Oh. Hanako is very helpful. Huh. She's definitely dressing right now. I wonder what he hoped Hanakawa with. Or was it with him? Huh. Nice back of the knee shot. Nope, she didn't want that one. Okay. No, yeah, I could do that. I don't think she has the ability to think that optimistically. Hmm. Did she just like swap the side of the room? What are the patterns on the moon? He was looking at the moon a lot. Look like a rabbit making rice cakes. Crab. Hmm. Meme told me. Okay. You probably don't know anything else. I'm just not good at wearing clothes. Yep, true. She hasn't been wearing clothes for like half this. Stop trolling him. Yeah, not so good. That'd be a 0 if you round that. I don't know what that meant, but anyway. Okay. I'll go to Hokkaido to eat crab. She did say that she was a tsundere in the first episode, I guess. But she bullies him. She really bullies this guy. What are you doing, Oshino? Oh my goodness. What's a red? Ominous, to say the least. Is this Oshino? Yeah? It is, yeah. What? Is that a university major? Okay. I don't think he did. Okay, he did. Okay. Shinobu and the Perverted Cat. What? I need to go back and read that. Pray to the crab god. Probably. They're not stubborn enough to refuse the sincere requests of humans. You seem sketchy, my man. Hmm. Huh. Omnipresent crab. Some like Kubrick shit. Is this inside of his like school? Crab prey school. This is a great scene. I like the tension. I wouldn't drink that, but anyway. He's a sketchy dude. Hmm. I like the shading. It's kind of like the lighting you get in this kind of scene, if you know what I mean. Like if it was candlelight. Senjougahara Hitagi. Oh, that's soon. Okay, I might look that up. Hmm. Something to do with their parents, maybe? Uh, oh, this does not feel good. Oh no. Demand adultery. That's no good. This is an evil cult. Oh my god. This is insane. Oh, that no, don't tell yourself that. That's not fair. Huh, your weight. Ah, I love like the like realistic shots in the show. Reminds me of Evangelion a lot. Oh, oh god, a crab. There's the crab. Big CG crab. Is she? Hmm. Oh my goodness. Is this actually happening? Yep. Dude, he yeeted the crab and killed it? The crab was like. So her own weight is like strangling her? Hmm. What is she doing? Is she going to say what she actually means? Hmm. Okay. Yeah, so the weight is like her trauma, and she does need to take it herself. Oh my god. A-I-O-U. This is insane. What the hell? The blue and the red here. Oh god. Who put this together? The doves again, like the weight, like the feathers. So they kind of take trauma. Damn. Like the bodiless mother. Like she can't remember what it looked like her mother. You dipshit. I mean, Meme kind of did it all though. That's it. Yeah, there's the dairy part of the Sundere. Yep, there she is. Oh, sisters. This is some anime ass shit. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So he's gained weight. He's gained Senjougahara's weight? No, that wouldn't make sense. Somebody else's weight? I'm happy to see D bangs though. That was a great episode. I don't know where we're going next though, other than his weight gain. It's going to be unclear. Maybe the sisters becoming more involved. I don't know. Well, there's all these other characters as well. Hmm. I'll reiterate that this song is a bop. I've actually been listening to this between the episodes. I've got a weeb playlist on Spotify, and this will definitely get added to it. I think it's interesting that both the opening and the ending seem to focus on Senjougahara. I wonder if we'll get different stuff in that regard for different arcs. It remains unclear. Chino. Omoi. Interesting. Okay, I think this is the next time on. Not missing anything, I don't think. Okay. That was fantastic again. I loved it. I want to see another one, like right now. I really do. And we're back for the analysis portion of this reaction video. This was a great episode. I think we got a lot more insight into what's actually going on with Senjougahara this episode, which I found quite fascinating, honestly. Her situation isn't very good, I must say. That's putting it lightly. But yeah, we definitely got both the Sun and the Dere parts of her character. Not that she's really a traditional, redhead, shouty tsundere, but she's still a tsundere, nonetheless, I think. Yeah, there was a huge amount of text on screen again. We talked about Hanakawa's involvement. She both helped Araragi with his vampirism. There was something about a cat with her, which tracks from what we've seen. And Senjougahara implied that they're somewhat romantically involved, or at least one party is. Yeah, Senjougahara's living situation was also interesting, where she just teases the fuck out of him. And I still think Meme is a bit suspect, but he seems to have the character's best interests in mind, so we'll see. Here's the episode. I'm going to go through it, and I'll pause it and talk about some stuff if I see some stuff worth talking about. Yeah, so evidently this is Senjougahara's living situation at the moment. So what was the story specifically? I know she writes it down, but her mother got involved with a weird cult, which then stole all of her money, and then she got abandoned by her father and the mother's husband, and now she lives here. Strange. But yeah, we'll get into the whole mother situation later in the episode, I think. And yeah, loads of shots of Senjougahara in the shower. Very cool. Yeah, it was there's the ass slap into the glass of tea there, expanding as well. It's like Jurassic Park, but for butt cheeks. Interesting decision. So yeah, that part just there implied that she lives here with her father, but I thought her father was rich. Is his father ashamed of her and making her live here on her own? Because I haven't seen the father yet. Yeah, I mean that's what I think's happening, but again, it's unclear. I guess we'll find out eventually. It seems that she lives in some kind of strange car park dimension. And again, like I commented on this last episode, but it's a deliberate choice to have nobody around, if you know what I mean. It's like the characters are the sole focused and everything doesn't really matter. That along with the geometric construction of the shots, it gives it a real dreamlike appearance, which is a decision. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of Madoka. But at least Madoka there was people walking around. It was more to in Madoka the people disappeared when the bad shit started happening. But anyway, you can only save yourself. Oshino always said that. You know that, don't you, little missy? It's a western fairy tale. In some place there lived one young man, a good young man. One day he met a wondrous old man in the city. The old man asked that young man to sell his shadow. It's interesting because later in the episode there's a lot of shots of the shadows when they're lit up by candlelight, and the shadows were very much like that. Interesting. Shadow? So is this like one character responding in another with the red and the white? Yes, the shadow that comes from your feet when you are lit by the sun. 10 gold coins is what he asked for. That young man sold it without hesitation for 10 gold coins. And that young man didn't even think once that his shadow had more worth than 10 gold coins. Well, wasn't he right? Practically speaking, not having a shadow is hardly a disadvantage. There wasn't any constraint. Oshino continued speaking while increasingly gesturing. But in the end, it didn't go well. The young man was persecuted by townspeople and family. It was just out of place. It's weird for someone not to have a shadow, they said. Well, that's it. It's just weird. Well, shadow itself can be weird too, but not to have any shadow is 100 times more weird, like something normal is missing. So young man sold his normality for 10 gold coins. And then it says silent voice a bunch of times. So selling your shadow is like selling, because later we talk about selling weight, and that weight being essentially trauma and memories of a loved one that is a painful. Is that sacrificing one's normality as well? Somewhat, I guess. I kind of see what they're trying to say. This little written piece seems kind of like a prelude describing the themes of the episode. Oshino is clearly speaking with somebody. I'm unsure who, but it's like an analogy, or like a like a story with a moral. That young man looked for the mysterious old man in order to return his shadow, but no matter how hard he searched, no matter where he searched, he couldn't find that old man, so it's said. Like the crab that Senjougahara can't find? Because that shadow, that weight, is what makes her her. It's kind of like an Evangelion-esque moral to the story. Interesting. I like it. Oshino, yeah, tells both of them to go home and essentially conduct the start to a ritual that he does in the later portion of the episode. But Senjougahara obviously understands that he's not doing this for free. I think Oshino knows more about Senjougahara than he lets on. He knows that she has rich parents. He's trying to get money out of them. So he might not be that nice. Again, it's unclear. He could be fine. I just don't trust the guy at all. It's all these shots, like even this one we're looking at right now. It's like the slanted shot with the eyes. Just don't really trust him very much, and that's fine. I remember charging Miss Class Rep 100,000 yen too. So Hanakawa obviously had something to do with Meme. You asked me for 5 freaking million. That's funny. Because he was a vampire. It was different, I swear. No, you just got scammed. Yeah, Hanakawa had some involvement with Meme. And they say something about a cat previously. Maybe that's why Araragi and Hanakawa are close and speak. That would make sense to me. No matter what, I'll pay it. She really wants to get this weight back. She feels something missing. It's like that episode of The Simpsons where Bart sells his soul. And even though it's $5 and essentially means nothing to him, not having it is worse than knowing you don't have it is worse than having it, if you know what I mean. Because something always feels missing. 100,000 yen, huh? Yeah, her living situation doesn't really indicate that she could produce that amount of money. But again, we've heard from Hanakawa that she has rich parents. But again, the parent situation? Does that mean the mum spent all of the dad's money? And that they're both living like this now? Or does the dad live somewhere else with all the money? It's unclear. Now begins a long section where I'm not going to be able to show as many frames as I want to because most of them are like Senjougahara just bending over and teasing Araragi. She just trolls him relentlessly for like 5 straight minutes here. Like, it's a bit of banter. She just. Asserting dominance is what we call it in the business. Don't tell me you had dirty thoughts after seeing me in the nude. I would never. He's a good Christian boy, Araragi. He's just a vampire, I swear. Or was a vampire. Virginity is contagious. Please don't spit on me. She's also COVID safe. Wear a mask, Araragi. You're gonna give her your virginity. This topic is based on the assumption that I'm a virgin. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. We've all been there. Could you not spit while you talk? STDs from hookers are contagious. She's got jokes. She's got jokes, everybody. Don't worry, I'll keep it a secret from Hanakawa. Why Hanakawa? Don't you have a crush on her? I mean, the two We know they're previously linked with their connection to Meme, and they seem to be familiar with each other in the first scene of the last episode. He did try to look at her panties for like a full second as well. I remember that part as well. I remember it well. You're wrong. That's just because Hanakawa is very helpful. Interesting. I like this part here where you just see what is it, Araragi's, what do you call it? Like the big piece of hair coming out of the top of the anime character's head, just swinging around for comedic effect. Very good. I like that as it's a way to tell a joke visually that adds to it, I think. Mr. Oshino helped out Hanakawa in the past. That's why Araragi says he's trustworthy. So it's not just that he dealt with his vampirism, it's also that he dealt with Hanakawa's issue. So that's, 2 times that somebody's been helpful, that's pretty reliable. Now I understand why he's taking Senjougahara to the same guy. But you see, Araragi, if I trust the person so easily, I don't know how many times I would have been tricked. I think this has some implications towards her relationship with her mother and what happened to her mother and her mother trusting the cult and all these kind of things, right? She's obviously hesitant to get involved with this kind of stuff again. She has trust issues for obvious reasons and justifiable reasons. You mentioned not being optimistic just now, right? You don't agree? Perhaps, but isn't being optimistic better? It's not like you're doing anything wrong or tricking yourself. Not doing anything wrong, huh? Well, perhaps, but perhaps I'm tricking myself. I can understand why it's hard for Senjougahara to be optimistic considering what happened to her mother and that whole stuff we learned at the end of the episode. She's definitely closed off. She's trying to process some stuff, but some stuff that doesn't even exist anymore inside her own, like the trauma of it, the weight of what happened to her, doesn't exist at the moment. Hence why she's somewhat aloof about the whole situation. But you can still see some sadness there, I think. It's a small detail, but I like how he swaps sides of the room to get as far away from her in her underwear as possible because he's embarrassed. It's just a good little joke to split up the scene as well. Just yeah, again, fantastically directed. I think we'll get into some more of the creative decisions and stuff in the future part of the analysis. The patterns on the moon look like a crab or the side of a beauty's face from foreign countries. Is that why Oshino was keeping an eye on the moon in the last episode? Like, that was a setup for this? Because the crab in the side of the beauty's face is obviously related to Senjougahara. It's pretty funny. I'm not good at wearing clothes because they're so heavy. I guess she weighs 5 kilos at the moment, so clothes would be heavy on her. But it's an interesting justification for having a character be in underpants for basically 10 minutes of screen time. Anyway, I like um I like comedy through changing animation style. I think it's something that a lot of shows do quite well. I think K-On! Does it a lot. A lot of Kyoto Animation does it. Lucky Star does it. Yeah, tons of shows. But yeah, considering it's been a lot of very similar shots, similar, then one like basically half a second shot of this. Pretty funny. It got me in the reaction, I think. So yeah, props, kudos to the comedy. I love it, like some good comedy. I don't know what they meant by this whole scene with the I'm gonna take you to Hokkaido to eat some crabs because crabs taste good. Is she the crab? It's a bit raunchy. I love the colors here. The use of the reds and the greens and the blues and the contrasting there. We'll see some other good color work later in the episode as well. But yeah, again, the street signs, abandoned, like industrial scenery, like a abandoned school. There's lots to going on in these backgrounds. All of them are like exquisite. Again, like you could put this up on a wall and be pretty happy about it. It's most shots in the show, really. Most of the background shots, anyway. I don't know how I feel about somebody putting up some scenes from the last episode, some parts from the last scene up as on their walls. Might be put on a list. Oshino Meme here looking like an absolute suspect motherfucker. in the full like dressing gown in the priest gear, the one earring. Just yeah, I still don't trust the guy, even though he hasn't shown anything like physically that's untrustworthy. I just don't. Young lady, your clothes give off a sense of honesty. And in the next scene, he really wants her to be honest with herself and the group when he's asking her a bunch of different questions about her life, really trying to pinpoint the area of the most trauma. It's also being clean. So there's the white clothes, there's the being clean, and there's not wearing makeup. You're not hiding anything, you know. You need to bear your full weight, your full trauma to the crab to try to get rid of it. It's essentially what they're trying to get through metaphorically in this scene. I think now that I've talked through this episode and the last episode, a lot more of it is making sense to me. So they're kind of allegorical to whatever the person's plight is. So when we get to Mayui Snail, which I think is the implication I've seen in the episode list that Mayui Snail is next, there'll be some implication regarding the snail and the character associated with the snail. I think that's how we're going. In that respect, it reminds me a lot, and I get why the comparison is there. This is just Bunny Girl Senpai. It really is. Like each girl has their own thing that they need to overcome with the protagonist's help to stop the supernatural thing from occurring. Extremely similar to Bunny Girl Senpai. Shinobu and the perverted cat attacked you and misclass rep with malicious intentions. But this crab is different. So one, the crab is a god. It's much harder to deal with, even though he ends up like stamping on it. But I digress. But what did they say here again? Was this? Shinobu and the perverted cat attacked you and misclassed rep with malicious intentions. So one, that gives some background to Shinobu. Like she attacked Araragi and Hanakawa for some reason. And the perverted cat, is the cat like the crab? Because this reminds me of one shot I saw in the previous episode. I'll just get it up quickly. So yeah, there was this whole sequence from the previous episode that I didn't really comment on until I saw it in editing again, and I went, yeah, I probably should have commented on that. But yeah, these shots of Hanakawa. Here. Then is this the perverted cat in question? Question mark? Looks pretty perverted to me. And then yeah, there's this again. So yeah, she's definitely connected with this cat in some respect. It's a god, that's why we're going to pray to it. So they can't dispose of it like they did previously. They have to pray to it. They can't get rid of a god. Even though he kind of just stamps on it. But anyway. I really love the lighting of this whole scene. I think it's really, really awesome. We'll see a bit more of the shading later. Yeah, the shading like this really, it creates the mood of the scene really well. Like it's both ominous but hopeful, I think. As we count down after she sips on the sake, the lights dim and we see this like shade kind of come across the screen a lot more. Again, it's a fantastically effective scene. I feel like I'm there. Takes a really great both art director and director to execute something like this. It's extremely artistic in a way you don't see from most shows. I'm going to say 99% of anime that I've seen. This is the sequence where Oshino asks Senjougahara a number of questions. I believe this is trying to discern where the trauma for her is, where the weight that the crab stole has come from. He's looking for the hesitations, making her confront what she has somehow forgotten. Interesting. I watching this episode or analyzing it directly after watching it is really helping me pass what's actually going on in the scenes. I think I'm going to keep doing it. It's very rewarding. In that respect, I can see how this is a good show to watch reactions to. You pick up something new every time you watch it. Every new reactor would have like a new perspective on the situation, which could open up new reasons why things happen in your head. It's, it's very cool. I kind of want to see some other people's thoughts to these episodes once I'm done, but that'll have to wait for another time. I think I'm in for the long haul here. Yumino Kusaku. Let me see if I can find something. He wrote detective novels and is known for his avant-gardism and his surrealism, wildly imaginative and fantastic, even bizarre narratives. Potentially, this is one of the author's favorite authors, and they just threw this in here. No, but that's it just describes Monogatari a little bit. I think that's very interesting. I like that. That's a little nod. Yeah, I'd never heard of this guy before. That's cool. And here he hits the nail on the head. What is the most painful memory of your life? And we'll delve into it in excruciating detail. Meme probes for more. He knows he's struck a nerve and pursues it. Some higher up from that cult came to our house. My mother brought him there. It's like the kanji for the different parts of the body. There's the shot later in the episode of the mother where the kanji for her head is there and the kanji for the hands are there, and it's like a pseudo realistic depiction. Let's have a little look at how this moves quickly, because there's this part that's very realistic. That's almost like not animated, if you know what I mean, or at least animated on a ton of frames. It's honestly kind of terrifying. Like, imagine this is like some sleep paralysis demon. It was some kind of ritual. He tried to assault me. He tried to rape her. That's fucked up. I didn't know we were going this dark in this show. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. But that's really fucked up. And then she hits him in the head with a shoe and kills him, I think. Yeah, I hit him with a spiked shoe that was next to me. My mother didn't save me. Look at this though. This is again very creepy. Again, it's the kanji in the place of the body parts for the different things that are happening. I don't know what the meaning of return there is. But yeah, this is kind of terrifying. So the mother's been like corrupted by the cult to a point where she doesn't even save her own daughter. That's fucked up. And then there's like mother but censored. Is that like passing the weight to the crab? And then it says destruction there. Also, yeah, because a higher up in the cult was killed, the mother was punished. I thought about it. If I didn't resist back then, would my family be happy now, essentially? You can't think like that, man. You can't. That's really fucked up. That's fucked up. Obviously, she'd want that trauma off her back. Obviously, she'll try to give that to the crab, try to get rid of it. Now, yeah, you've got the. I don't know what you call them in Japanese, like the base kind of vowels. Or a, I, u, e, o. A, I, u, e, o. Does that correspond to like the five fingers on the hand and then the hand reaching out like that? I think there's a shot later with these characters as well. And here the subtext kind of becomes the text. Then those are your feelings, your weight. Yeah. It's not just physical weight, it is also the emotional weight. And that weight was, if we take the metaphor a step further, took up a significant portion of herself. If you think about, so she was 45 kilos, I think, then she's reduced to 5. Does that imply that like 80% or so of what she was thinking about at that point was this trauma? And this is, yeah, where we cut in the realistic shots. This reminds me specifically of End of Evangelion, where there's similar sequences with like real life shots interlaced. Again, the red text on the black and white. It's a very evocative color palette. We'll see a bit of blue later, which is meant to juxtapose to the red. Meme says, "Open your eyes and look," and that is when her shadow starts to get all wavy and disappear. That's reference back to the text we read at the start of the analysis. Interesting. I think that now we can say that the implication that I made was probably correct. The shadow is related to the weight, which is related to the trauma. I don't read Japanese, but to me this looks like a number of kanji coming together to form, what is it, the kanji for crab? And then the definition of a crab. That's very funny actually. But yeah, I'd need to go back and look, but are those all the kanjis for the things we just saw put together to make crab? Nice use of CGI. Here, not very egregious. I actually think it's pretty effective. It gives it a dreamlike quality that compares nicely to the 2D animated characters in the scene. It's almost like it's otherworldly, almost like it's trans-dimensional. I think it's a good decision to make. Neither of them can see the crab, I'm guessing, because it's related to her personal trauma. But Oshino eventually grabs the crab and stomps it, so I guess he's just got pretty good aim. I don't know. So the crab's holding her down, and these various kanji then appear in her body again. Are these the various kanji that came together to make the kanji for crab? Oshino's like, change of plans. We need to get rid of this crab now. In the end, it's just about your state of mind. If you can't make a request, and if words don't work, there can only be war, which means he needs to violently get rid of this crab. But Senjougahara takes the courage and apologizes to the crab. Again, yeah, well, you could say the problem would be solved if I crushed it. But no, we don't crush the trauma, we don't get rid of it, we take it on board and we process it. It becomes part of us, in a way. Again, very Evangelion. I hate crabs with a passion, they're hard to eat. Okay, maybe he has good bits, I don't know. Maybe Meme's okay. Then Senjougahara, please wait, Oshino-san. She gathers the courage to apologize, essentially. To pray to the crab. I'm sorry and also thank you very much. But this is enough. Those are my feelings, my thoughts, and my memories. I'll shoulder them myself. There's something that I can't lose. Please give me back my weight. That's awesome. I'm really happy with that. That's a great resolution of the conflict. It's very realistic. It's great moral. It can be applied to a lot of different situations. I'm very impressed that they can create this level of storyline and this level of intrigue in essentially 40 minutes of television. It's very well done. It's masterful. I thought it was a really great touch in this scene to play a piano version of the opening of the staple song. Yeah, I think that was a great decision. And now we get the backstory. Is this? Yeah, this is the symbol for the cult, and there's AIOU again. So yeah, that's definitely something to do with the cult in question. And then there's a school bag there. Is that in reference to the fifth grade part of the subtitle there? I think so. Open the mind's eye. Is that what that says? That's some cold ass language. Back then, Senjougahara had a serious disease, and then the mother turned to the cult to kind of process the disease and to get help, but got sucked in. That's tragic, man. That's really sad. Need to drink medicine and great apples as soon as possible. Need to cut. If it isn't cut, need to connect. If it doesn't connect, busy, busy. Again, it's like the five fingers. Is it five? No, there's actually six there. Interesting. And then it's not exactly, yeah, it's like forceps and stuff. I was gonna say it's like stationary, like she had before, but yeah, no, it's in reference to her disease, whatever it was. Cherry flower, 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 tooth bloomed. Have no idea what that means at all. Senjougahara barely made it out of the operation alive. Hence why the mother was going through some shit and had to turn to the cold. Like, completely, not understandable, but you know what I mean. It's just an awful situation that she was put in. As I referenced before there, the difference between the red of the cult, that's been used in a lot of these scenes, like the blue of the young Senjougahara there. Again, we don't see the mother. The mother is always depicted in like a real life version of herself. It creates a distance between the two characters visually as well, whilst being very creepy. If there's one thing it reminds me of, it's the juxtaposition in Madoka between the witch kind of realms and the characters themselves. Again, it creates like a sense of unease. Like, I don't know if the same person that made the witch sequences is involved here. I don't think so, but potentially. They were made around the same time, 2011, 2009. It's kind of, I don't know. Again, when she was about to graduate from middle school, the incident occurred. Now, I live in Australia, so I don't know. Middle school is like, you'd be 15, correct? That's fucked up. That's really fucked up. I mean, it'd be fucked up for anybody at any age, but 15 in particular, it's traumatizing. No wonder she's traumatized. I don't even know what to say to this one. This is insane. Again, like the real life shots. So the cult itself is associated with these real life shots, it seems, along with the color red. The hands grabbing down that say beast, and the text perverted sexual desire, and the warped background that's like that. It's almost like fisheye. Again, I just don't know who constructed this. They're a mastermind. They're honestly so good at what they do. Again, there's reference to the palm of the hand. It's extremely prevalent. That and the IUAO stuff. The result was destruction, and we get 3 blue doves flying away from the scene. Now, in the first episode, we saw that the doves were the symbolism for the loss of the weight, and they're flying away. Interesting. And then again, yeah, the use of the red and the blue here on the black and white background. It became a catastrophe, and then Senjougahara met it, the crab, which took away this trauma. And again, I don't know what year they are in high school now. I think they're in the senior year. So she's been carrying this. The crab's been carrying this weight for her for all those years. That's insane. And yeah, obviously she's just going to be in the back of the class reading a book. She's trying to forget about everything that happened. How awful. That's awful. In other words, when Senjougahara met the crab, she cut the ties between herself and her mother. Like the scissors. And also the crab claws. Makes sense. It stopped her from worrying about her mother. It stopped her from feeling, and her weight was taken away from her. Yeah. Willingly, she tricked herself. In this case, your mother isn't going to come back and your broken family can't be repaired. Yeah, way to tell it like it is. But yeah, as we've discussed earlier, this is the metaphor of the episode, yeah. Things can't be repaired, but it's also who you are, you know? Everything leading up to this moment creates the version of you that exists now. You can't lose any of that. Is this implying that both the nostalgic memories of the family were back as were stolen as well? All memories of her mother, all the feelings there. You got to take the good with the bad. Yeah, this was the shot I was explaining before. Again, the use of red and the kanji for the body parts. Like, this is the crab making her forget these things. And they're just replaced with essentially placeholder assets. Cool. This isn't a waste of effort. At the very least, they made a precious friend. Araragi! This is, yeah, and she puts on her dere face here. It may be shameless of me to say, but I'll be very happy if we can continue getting along well together. Nice. Good ending to all of this. And the day breaks, the night ends, and we get a bit of hope in all the darkness. No more reds, just only the light. Like the reds of the candles disappear, and we're only left with the purifying light of the morning. It's very well directed. I don't know how many ways I can say it. Look at that cute Senjougahara at the end there. Awesome. That was great. And yeah, as I predicted, we get to see the sisters. And here's the design of the two sisters. Okay. One looks like she's more traditional, and the other one looks a bit more sporty. I guess that's all I can take from their designs at this point. Have they got like fried eggs in their hair as well? That's what it looks like to me at this point. But that can't be right. It can't be fried eggs. I just don't want it to turn into like an incest lolicon thing. I hope it doesn't. I hope. Please. And then I think this is the lead into the next episode. His body feels heavy. He steps on the scales. He's normally 55 kilos, I think he says, and now he is 100. So if we do some quick maths, Senjougahara was 45 kilo? Is that what it implies there, or is there something else afoot? Again, the weight crabs are doing something. I don't think we're away from the crabs yet. Because I was going to say everything was kind of tied up there with Senjougahara, but I think we have more to this arc left, I think. And that's the end of the episode. Continue next time. I probably prefer that episode to the first, and I had good feelings about the first episode. That was fantastic. Again, you could see by the length of this analysis time that yeah, what do I have here? I'll probably cut this down, but yeah, an hour and 10 minutes of analysis. That's insane for one episode. I've almost doubled its length just talking about it. I'm very excited about this show. This is I haven't seen something like this in a while. I love these shows that actually make you think. The shows that have a bit of ambition about them. They're the best ones. They're the best anime. They're the ones that really make the medium what it's supposed to be for me. With that, do I have any closing thoughts? Not really. I've kind of gone through a lot of them already, but yeah, it's just a fantastically executed episode. Please comment below anything that you thought about the episode as well, anything that would add to the discussion here. It'd be greatly appreciated. I'll go through it at the start of the next episode. If you liked what you saw here, please consider subscribing and like the video if you liked the video. Thank you very much for watching. This one's a bit longer than the other ones. I don't know if every episode's going to end up being this long, but if there's stuff to talk about, there's stuff to talk about. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers. Thank you.